Hello and good evening. I am Rorschach with the game Reactionists, and with me I have...
Yeah, Spectre.
All right, and tonight we got a special episode with the first Sony State of Play for the PlayStation 5 for 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you're aware of when we drop new content like this. Special shout out to our existing fans, especially you, Mike Brown, 0951. We love you, man.
Oh, yeah.
So real quick with regard to the state of play, before we get into it, is there anything you're looking forward to? I know you're primarily a Steam and PC guy. Anything that you'd like to see?
Most of this, most of this is, going to be on PC in one form or another. I'd say the only thing I'm actually looking forward to is I know there's going to be more of a reveal on Stellar Blade here, I believe. So I want to see what just a little bit more information on that. We got kind of a teaser for it before, but as with all state of plays, my expectations are like down here. I'm touching the floor right now.
Okay,
that's where my expectations are.
All right, with me, I guess the only thing that kind of I'm looking forward to is maybe a release date for Metal Gear Solid Delta, only because that game was part of the 2-minute 2024 trailer we got earlier this month. So all that out of the way, that's really all I care about.
Maybe a Silent Hill 2 remake release date would be interesting. Although I'm the only one that's I'm the only one I actually encourage to play that. Everyone else, please skip that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it too because I'm a fan of the series too, but I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it. So. But sure, I guess if that comes out, cool. Let's get right into it, though. We've wasted enough time.
All right.
Here we go. Cool. Crappy quality right out the gate.
I was going to say, it was a little, blurry there for a second, yeah. Looks like Helldivers right away.
Okay.
Helldivers 2, I guess.
Yeah, where was it? Was there a Helldivers 1?
On PlayStation 4, I believe, and then it was on. I mean, it's also on Steam, of course, too. Like this is also going to be on Steam.
Yeah.
I have no idea the quality of it. I never played it.
Okay.
I'm vaguely familiar with it.
It looks like a Destiny 2 style game. Only instead of first person, third person. Yeah, third person, Borderlands, or Destiny. What do you think, Spectre? Will this be a day one play for you?
This is a hard pass.
Same. Move along, Sony. Oh.
This is yeah, and also on PC. Yeah, this is going to be that's PlayStation Plus fodder.
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios, and I'm honored to present the first state of play of 2024. The first 3 years of PS5 have given us incredible stories, immersive
3 years
worlds
and still no
groundbreaking
games. It's
gameplay
amazing.
from PlayStation Studios and their partners.
Going on 4.
Expanded PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus with new
You got a
features,
couple.
including PS5 game streaming, and with PSVR 2
Do we?
and PlayStation
God of War
which released last
Ragnarok.
November, we're committed to offering.
I guess that for now that is technically a PlayStation 5
Final
only for now.
Fantasy
Well, I mean, it was also on
16.
PlayStation 4. Final Fantasy 16 also on PC.
Helldivers 2, which
16 isn't on PC yet.
It will be.
But it's not yet.
Today, we're looking
Okay.
at 2 titles coming later this year.
He's talking. Stop interrupting him.
Extended
Okay.
gameplay and announcements we hope you find as exciting.
Ragnarok also on
here
PlayStation
at
4.
PlayStation.
But anyways,
Enjoy the show.
Still a Sony game.
good for them. Oh, here we go, right off the bat. Okay.
Is this Stellar Blade?
Yes.
Well, this doesn't look like a Sony game. We got a good-looking female.
Yeah, this is
2 good-looking females.
This is on opposite day.
Oh boy. Shift up.
Welcome to the world of Stellar Blade. The story begins on post-apocalyptic Earth, where a mysterious enemy called the Natiba has forced the human race to flee to an off-world colony. Players will take control of Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad.
Hello,
Her
Eve.
mission is to save the
Oh,
planet
were those
from another Natiba.
were those certain physics that I noticed?
We must
Yeah,
do
I think so. Well, this is a
While
I believe I want to say this is a South Korean
You know what?
developer.
I'll buy the game just to
Just
vote
for that
with my-
alone?
just to vote with my wallet.
Born on Earth is in pursuit of an energy source called hypercell.
Make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha Natiba is.
We can't get too excited yet. Sony's funding this. They got to ruin it somehow.
Lily, a member of the 5th Airborne Squad, provides engineering support.
Lily Artemis II. Then I can be your engineering support.
Yeah, those physics are definitely there. Yeah.
Here. Done.
Something
Great
just
game
a
engine.
different.
Fantastic. Double jump. Okay, let's see some gameplay though. Like
This is Zion, a city built underneath the wasteland by the last.
what
human
kind of game is
survivors
this
on
gonna
Earth.
be?
A whole city underneath the wasteland.
We saw like a flash of gameplay there for a moment, but we need a little bit more extended here.
Well, yeah, like her walking down the street. I want to see like what the
They'll
game's
seem a
gonna
bit
be.
wary at first, but will gradually loosen up as it shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
Hello, Angel.
What are you drinking tonight, Spectre?
See, we have guests.
I got my Guinness.
Leave the
I've got my
angels
bourbon.
here.
Cheers.
The survivors will
Cheers.
sometimes ask you for help.
Please save my younger sister.
Wait right here.
Okay.
Their requests will often lead her to the wasteland and the Great Desert. This place has been overrun by Natibas
There's your gameplay.
Okay.
and malfunctioning machines and robots.
So kind of like a Bayonetta style.
A supply
Looks like Bayonetta-esque, Devil May Cry-esque, near
Okay.
style.
Yes, airborne squads.
Getting a lot of kind of a near, some near overtones here.
At
Okay.
each camp, Eve can purchase various consumable items. Acquire new skills.
Okay.
Upgrade equipment, and more.
So Bayonetta, if it implemented
She can also
Final
take a
Fantasy
well-deserved break to restore her
mechanics. That's the vibe I'm getting from it.
It's kind of scary. This looks like an actual
health.
game.
Will also
Right. I
find
mean, this
people
looks
in
good. All right.
And
So
other
how
non-human
is Sony gonna mess it up?
Request your assistance.
Probably
Whether to
post-launch
assist or
updates to
ignore them
remove the
is
physics that
entirely
we
up
all
to the player.
miss and enjoy.
On her journey to defeat the Elder Natiba, Eve will sometimes encounter hostile survivors. Or
I will say, like, the enemies so far look pretty generic.
worse.
You know, nothing's really sticking out to me on that.
Yeah, it's
but-
not. I mean, I'm not saying this is the most like original thing ever I've seen here, but I mean, it's just for it being like a game that's
all airborne squad members
not trying to. It looks like an actual game, and it's not trying to bash me with an agenda necessarily. I mean, it's like
Right?
It doesn't
just-
look like
it- it-
Spider-Man 2.
That the point of
it doesn't look like a Sony game, right? It looks very alien to me.
Right.
It is not an easy fight.
It's fine. I can do this alone.
It won't be easy.
Angel. That's the unofficial name for members of the Eve Airborne Squad.
God. Just all up in our face with that.
I will find it, and I will make it pay.
Open it.
This looks cool, man.
I'm liking it. Yeah, this looks like something I would play right away. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be like what the release table is going to be for. I mean, if they're going to put this on, if this is going to be exclusive for a little while, or how it's going to work. I might have to wait a little while to play it, but
This is no longer the drone you knew.
that's okay too.
I mean, I've seen nothing but good-looking females.
Right? I mean, this
So
is.
there you are, gamers. Like you have. So here you go.
I think they saved them all up for one game.
This is the thing though. Like, you know, people want to talk about representation. We are a couple of guys, heterosexual guys, who are enthralled with this video game and are gonna buy this video game in one way or another. Whether it's me getting it on PS5 on day one, or you having to wait for the Steam release. But it's like, it looks like a very good game with good-looking females. We don't need games like Spider-Man 2 where we have an aged Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying like this does not get a 10 out of 10 for originality for me, but
Oh shit! April 26th.
That's coming up soon. That's really soon.
Wow. All right.
I was not
cool.
expecting that. That's really surprised. That's like a couple months away.
십 터의 대표이자 게임의 디렉터인 김영태입니다.
Yeah, tomorrow's February.
우리가 수년간 유저 여러분들
That's generally surprising. Yeah, that I would have thought the earliest would have been.
You know what it said?
플레이스테이션 스튜디오의
PS5.
전폭적인
There was no Steam announcement.
그 꿈을 현실화할 수
Oh, for now, yeah.
For now, maybe.
빨리 팬분들이 4월 26일 스텔라 블레이드를 만나보시기를.
I will buy this day one because I actually it looks amazing, and I can't imagine anything coming out in April and May that I care about. All right, here's an obligatory Sonic trailer.
To be fair, at least Sonic is actually a game.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I got nothing against Sonic. I just feel like between between Sony and Nintendo, there's always some type of Sonic trailer, like just thrown in. Like, remember this franchise exists too. But here we have Shadow. It looks fun. It looks like a fun video game. Fans of the series, I'm sure, will love it. Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, autumn 2024.
Okay, we got 2 games so far.
Oh, see that garment she was wearing? What is this? A Sony State of Play? Are we sure? I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah, this does not feel like a Sony State of Play at all. I'm seeing actual games. I'm seeing attractive women. I just.
I'm not believing it. I mean, this actually looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna buy this, you know.
Yeah, like I said, it's not blowing me away, but I mean, once again, it looks like a game.
Zenless in development for PlayStation 5. Zenless Zone Zero. Oh, and here's the
foam game. Yeah,
the Splatoon ripoff.
Not Splatoon, yeah.
I've never played Splatoon, but I've never heard anything but good things about it. So
same here, yeah.
It was one of those games, like, I've watched a couple of lore videos on it. They do exist in terms of like how it came to development and how it came to be. And it was really just a game that, like, Nintendo's like, okay, we'll roll the dice on this and see how it works. And it paid in dividends for them. So good for them. Nintendo's not really one to take chances, as we all know. So
yeah.
So if you're familiar with games like Splatoon and you have a PlayStation 5, well, you'll have the ability to play something like that with Foam Stars. Not actual gameplay. Is that Gabe Newell? Making a cameo? Oh! The Indie Game of the Year nomination that was funded by a billion-dollar conglomerate.
Not blaspheme Gabe anymore.
Do not blaspheme Gabe anymore. Okay, so Dave the Diver is coming to PlayStation, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Something is coming. Okay. Come on. They're really trying to pander to me. That's pretty cool. I love my kaiju. Godzilla and Dave the Diver. I'm not gonna buy your game.
Cute.
But I will give you kudos for having a good model of Godzilla and the theme music.
I'm just impressed that we're this far in and it doesn't suck. You know, it's just.
I'm not hating it so far, and yeah, I mean, Stellar Blade looked amazing. It really did.
Oh, is this V Rising or whatever it was called?
You know, seeing a game like this really makes me want a Legacy of Kain revival, man.
Yeah, I know you like
minus
that
the
series.
guns.
I never I really honestly just, it was back like in an era when I just never heard of it.
Oh man.
There's so many games back then. You just okay, yeah, this is V. So this was on this has been in early access for a while on Steam.
Okay.
I hear good things. It was really, I mean, it's been really popular.
Yeah, it looks like a fun dungeon crawler. So
this is already breaking records for this is like the longest. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're back on regular schedule here. I'm sure she's gonna reveal something horrible here. Back to our regular schedule.
Hold on, horror franchise.
Let's take a look at what's next for Silent Hill.
You couldn't keep your mouth. Oh, Silent Hill. Okay, so this is gonna be your Silent Hill 2 announcement. Maybe not.
Well, keep in mind there's multiple Silent Hill projects going, so.
Here goes.
No, don't give up.
Is this a dream? Who's there?
Find
What's
it.
with this place? Cherry blossoms bloom within the grasp of death. What are you hiding inside?
Oh, this looks like they had footage of this before, like in leak form before.
What, did they rework PT? That's what they did. They reworked PT.
This will be PTSD.
PTSD for all those classic fans. The short message. Full game, free to play. Oh no.
Okay, so they made some sort of like indie horror game and they slapped Silent Hill in there.
サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。ご覧いただいた
You've
のは
just seen our new original Silent Hill title, Silent Hill: The Short
全く新しい
Message.
サイレントヒルとなります。
Yeah, how does it work? Finding new ways to do.
Available today. Oh, as a free download for PlayStation 5.
Good for them.
I'll take one for the team on that one. You did the playthrough of the what was that?
Oh, God, Ascension? Oh my God.
I'll do a playthrough of it.
It can't possibly be worse than that.
Oh, here we go. Now we got Silent Hill 2. I will give it credit so far. I mean, it does look good. I am excited to see it in an updated visual representation. But there's an asterisk to that. And I think you and I both would agree on that asterisk.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just can't, you can't recreate the magic of the original.
Maybe not, but at least if you just do a copy paste of the story, at least you will look like you've at least attempted to do it justice. No date on it. Okay.
I mean, new footage at least. I give him credit for that, but
It looked okay. I thought it looked fine.
graphically, I mean, it looks neat, but I just
Ken Levine's new project. Look,
did they already show this before? Let's.
I don't know. I don't care about Ken Levine anymore. I enjoyed BioShock. I enjoyed BioShock Infinite. You know, I'm not gonna.
You enjoyed BioShock Infinite. I mean, BioShock 2 was all right, but
I liked Infinite.
Just... Oh man, you have to pay me to play. You have to pay me to play that again.
I liked it. I'm not saying the narrative, like, okay, when it first came out, it didn't bother me. The narrative didn't bother me. As you get older, it's clear what it was the message is trying to get across, and you know, I'm not okay with that now. But I can't deny that I enjoyed the game when it first came out.
But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
This looks like a Game Pass game. This looks like a Todd Howard game. I look at this and all I want to do is play Atomic Heart because that looks superior to this.
Or just go back and play like BioShock, or I've been meaning to play BioShock 2 again, so. Maybe I'll do that.
No, dude, play Legacy of Kain.
I suppose I'd get around that.
Any one of them, man. Vertigo Games.
Stare into the flame.
So we started off strong. Silent Hill, The Short Message. You want to join me on a stream for that?
I suppose so. Yeah. It is Silent Hill, so I mean, I have experienced all the garbage that they've had to throw at us so far. May as well
okay.
check that out too.
We'll coordinate on that. I'll get a stream going on that. Oh, here's a VR2 game.
Yeah, I mean, I've given my thoughts in VR plenty of times. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think the technology is quite there yet. I think for some of us, like myself, for example, the motion sickness aspect of it is rather annoying. I just rather play a traditional. Here's the Metro VR.
That's a pretty substantial title to have in VR, though. The Metro games are solid games.
That rumor was true too. So
the Metro games are solid games, though.
Yeah, no, I got nothing against Metro.
At least with Sony's VR, they're trying to put substantial content. Oh, then they follow up with this. I was about to give you a compliment, and no, I don't know if I can. This will give credence to Spectre's comment of it not being there yet. What is this? Morrowind on original Xbox? What are we looking at here? But yeah, I don't entirely disagree with you with motion sickness. There is something to be said about playing certain games in VR. Like, I did try Resident Evil 7 in VR, and it did the horror was definitely amped up while playing in VR. Like, when I played that in the very beginnings of that game, and you're attacked by Mia, I had a brief moment of forgetting to separate it from reality. So,
Legendary Tales.
Cool. February 8th. Next week.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's there yet. Maybe couple more iterations of it, we'll kind of get there. But for now, I think its only use is maybe pornography. Unironically, that's the only use I think it has right now.
I guess.
The dragon will appear before you when the time is come.
Now this video is gonna get flagged for you saying that word. This is Dragon's Dogma, probably.
Yeah, I could say other words.
I won't stop you. This is America.
Yeah, I just maybe I didn't give Dragon's Dogma like a fair shake, you know, back in the day, but
it looks entertaining.
I mean, people swear by it. People seem to like it a lot.
For me, it's just like, man, I have such a fucking catalog, man. It's just.
It doesn't jump out. It's not like I gotta play this right now. It's like a game that you would just throw on the list, right?
Like, I've been playing the hell out of Lies of P. I've been really enjoying my time with that and getting back into that. And even that, it's just like, ah, man, I'm in chapter 8 or 9 of that. I don't know how many chapters are in it. I think I'm getting close to the end, though. It feels like I'm getting towards the end game. It's like, okay, and then when I finish that, I'm hoping to get into Final Fantasy 16 before Rebirth comes out.
Your wicked schemes will avail you not, watching one.
And that's not even including other games that I still want to go through and play.
Yeah, I just had Tekken 8 come out, so I mean, I'm doing that.
I'm gonna grab another beverage. I'll let you take over here.
Oh, here's the. Well, of course, this is your game though. Here, Rise of Ronin or whatever. So this is the one you really look forward to. And honestly, I looked it up after you discussed it a little bit. I mean, it does actually look kind of neat. We'll see what they show off here. I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know Koei was behind it. Okay. Developer is what? Ninja Theory, I believe.
Ninja Theory, yeah.
本作の舞台の一つ、横浜です。19世紀幕末の時代、最初に国外に開かれた横浜では、和と洋が入り混じった独特の街並みが。
Very Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, first I was gonna say like Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto.
Even the icons look like Assassin's Creed. I mean, all we need for him is to jump into like a bale of hay here.
So Assassin's Creed meets Ghost of Tsushima.
Which, hey, I mean that could be entertaining, right?
Yeah, I mean I've never actually played through any of the Assassin's Creed games. I tried with Assassin's Creed 1 and it just I couldn't stay with it.
There's some padding in that game. I like Assassin's Creed 1. I think Assassin's Creed 2 is okay, even though that's where it starts getting really kind of off the rails with its plot. But entertaining enough. It just wasn't everything I hoped it would be.
Yeah. I did enjoy Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, that was legitimately good. I enjoyed Ghost a lot. Even the multiplayer was kind of okay.
I don't normally do like 100% or platinum completions with games unless I'm like really invested into them and really enjoying them. And that was one that I platinumed. And yeah, the online of that was actually, I think you and I messed around with the online together, didn't we?
I think we might have, yeah. So you're gonna have some like limited firearms here too, so
yeah, which we already knew.
Yeah, it's like I'm also getting some Dynasty Warrior vibes from this too, which it's from what's it called, Koei or whatever too.
Yeah.
So it kind of fits. Which, hey, I mean, Dynasty Warriors is great too. I got nothing against Dynasty Warriors.
That was a series I never got into, so I can't comment on it.
It's just good, dumb fun. I mean, it's not like deep gameplay at all. It just was something you played with your buddies.
Yeah.
I
I do have the Hyrule Warriors games on Nintendo, and I have played through those, and I know they're from the same developers and the same concept, and I had fun with them. So
yeah, so you've basically played it. I mean, they just did that formula a whole bunch. They did it for China, Japan. I played the Gundam ones a lot because I like Gundam.
Okay.
It's just a fun, style of gameplay. Not deep or interesting necessarily, but just satisfying.
Yeah, it's a video game, and that's what it's supposed to be.
It's there just to be fun,
I think we've gotten too far into like, okay, let's create these deep, compelling narratives.
Yeah, I'm writing War and Peace, the video game. It's just
right.
like
why don't we make a video game first, then figure out the story?
Yeah, no. If I ever make a video game, that's going to be
March 22nd.
Oh, that's coming up quick. Yeah.
Man, it's right around my birthday. Well, happy birthday!
We're getting everything this first half of the year here.
What did you do? Just messing around, man. It wasn't serious. I'm such an idiot.
There are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
Going to give you 10 seconds.
Oh, is this like one of those click-to-play adventures?
Passes beyond our control.
Like Until Dawn
like
type of
Until
thing?
Dawn, yeah.
In order to move forward.
Just a prank, bro. Don't tase me, bro.
Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future.
The choice is yours.
I want you to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game.
Is this Saw?
Sam.
For PS5 and PC. Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Pass.
I knew there was like a re-release coming to that, but I didn't recognize the game because I never played Until Dawn.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I do give you a lot of credit.
Wait,
though.
how far are we in? Oh man, is this what we're ending on?
There's got to be at least one more game. But I do give you a lot of credit, like I said, for not just being a blindly loyal Kojima fan that just loves everything he does.
Nah, dude, I stopped being a Kojima fan after Metal Gear Solid 5, dude. Like, I was just like, I'm done. What the hell is on her face?
That's a really stylish mask or whatever.
I don't know, man. We spent about a minute and a half with our intro, and we're 33 minutes in. And I'm old enough to know how long these Kojima trailers can be. This might be what we're ending on. Uh-huh. Game. Oh, he didn't do the thumbs up.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam. And to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations. Come on, I'll help you get your bearings. This is the ship's arm.
The only thing good that Norman Reedus has ever done was the first Boondock Saints movie. That's it.
Even that movie is like such a guilty pleasure of a movie.
Well, yeah, I mean...
They're pretty much the same as yours.
That's all
I'm
it
sure
is.
he is. I'm sure he probably just wanders into the studio. He has no idea what's going on.
One hell of a ship you got here.
I'm sure that
Courtesy of the
is.
UCA,
Was he in the first season
No.
of Walking Dead?
As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian now.
Because I don't even remember. I remember liking the first season of Walking Dead.
I can't remember. I don't think he was.
Sounds like a UCA big
No, I don't think he was.
So
I think
he
came
was
later.
he was that series star power
We've never
in
met
season
face to
2.
face.
Because I think they brought him in season 2.
They value
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
All you fact checkers out there, you can fact check us. We don't really care, you know.
Who gives a shit about Walking Dead anymore?
Right,
But, yeah.
exactly.
It's the
You
same
know,
deal as
20
America.
seasons on. Apparently, it's still
People here are all
going with
spread out.
its countless
Cut off
spin-offs.
from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
This sucks.
Sam, would you mind
Of all the things that you could have shown
Humor.
that have Kojima's
His
involvement
knowledge and experience
with,
will
you show
probably come in
this.
handy
Like,
down the road.
I would have loved to have ended with a Metal Gear Solid Delta circa its launch trailer from when it
He's
first
got
came
like a
out.
little puppet thing that talks now.
Right.
Like, I mean,
I prefer the driver's seat.
I mean, did you not see the woman with the hands covering her face as a mask? Like,
oh yeah. Well, it's like, I mean, so first he rips off John Carpenter. Now he's gonna rip off like David Lynch.
okay,
He's trying
see,
to go
you
like
and
this-
I are gonna argue on that. Like, he didn't
He's gonna
rip
try
off
to be
John
like surreal now.
Carpenter.
He's gonna be like surreal now. So,
Snake was
with all
not
this-
called Pliskin until Metal Gear Solid 2.
Isn't looking to
Okay.
extend its borders. Just like with
Call me
Mexico,
Snake.
they want to bring new regions
And he was
into the
named
network.
Solid Snake. I don't even know if he was named Solid
Anyway,
Snake in
the
the
DHU
very
Magellan
first 2
is here to
Metal
back
Gear
you up.
games. I don't actually remember. I
As
think it was
always,
just
you'll
called
be the one
Snake.
leading the way to expand the network.
now you're on
What's your role in
Tatooine.
all
Looks
this?
like.
You're the commander, huh?
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only.
On the edge.
Fragile.
You brought America together.
You brought
Hell
America
to be
together.
reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over.
Now you gotta make it great again.
Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of
I see what you
extinction.
did there.
Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of
Are
things
you on the
changed
moon
after
now?
Are you ready to walk again, man, and just walk and walk and walk?
Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network.
There's a cat with wings, like...
We're up and running. So your friends and coworkers all went their separate ways.
This is what happens when Kojima is unchecked.
If I want to play some weird post-apocalyptic game, I'll play like Nier Automata, because at least that has like an attractive ass for me to look at, you know,
And Soul.
you know,
It's got
and soul to it, and fun combat, and semi-interesting story.
With the support of the chiral network and APAS, humanity will be free from the need to move around. Bots are capable of handling deliveries.
He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
We found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
he said he came back to get revenge on you and me.
Hey, brother. Did you miss me?
Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit.
Seeing as how I've been
Roy Baker is the Crow.
the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in.
That's something we need, you know. We need like a good Crow game, because there's been Crow video games, but they never made like a good one.
Nah, I don't think we need it.
We do. That was a very fun. That was a stylish movie. Okay.
Was it though?
Brandon Lee could
What
have been
the hell?
great.
The
Okay.
puppet is hissing at him.
Where's the rest of your band?
What? Where's the rest of your band? Why is he talking about guitars?
Well, ain't that something?
Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou?
You still don't know, do you?
I am so incredibly bored by this.
What the hell?
You've got to be fucking kidding me, man! What is going on here?
This is more ridiculous than the flamethrower guitar from Mad Max.
at least that was entertaining. Like,
yeah,
because that's what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to.
Hello, can you
play
go?
Play Freebird.
You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam.
I can't believe I just saw that. You know what? I take everything bad I've ever
Cool
said.
omelet making action.
Everything I've said about Metal Gear Solid, any of the games, negative, even 4 and 5, which are my least favorite entries of the series. Not
in the dark.
I'll take Raiden stopping a tanker vessel. I'll take Raiden stopping a tanker vessel over a dude shooting somebody while he's playing his guitar.
Coming on this expedition was
I'll say this about Death Stranding, if nothing else, it retroactively makes all of Metal Gear Solid, like all the craziness, the absurdity of it, and the anime-esque nature of the plot, it all makes it like just very tame by comparison, and very sensible by comparison.
Honestly, like I've said this before, I think I've said this on this channel. Tamakazu Fukushima, who was one of his writers for Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3, and then a couple of the spin-offs too, like I think Twin Snakes. He worked on a couple of the Acid games with, I firmly believe that he was a writer that kept Kojima at bay. He's like, okay.
He's like because he's like a George Lucas. He needs to be restrained.
Yeah, and I feel like Fukushima was the man who was restraining Kojima, and then once Fukushima left, because he was not on Metal Gear Solid 4, and then Metal Gear Solid 4 is when we really got the fucking crazy shit with like Raiden stopping a fucking vessel with his limbless body.
Yeah. I think for Kojima, he needs to just be relegated to just part of a game. Okay, Kojima, your whole job for this game is just to come up with fun kind of meta.
2025, by the way, for Death Stranding 2. George Miller. Oh, man, dude,
Well, that explains the guitar thing, right? So yeah.
And now here with me today is visionary game creator and founder of Kojima Productions.
Oh, come on.
Hey, welcome.
God.
This sucks.
I'm excited
This
to announce
sucks.
that together, as part of the PlayStation and Kojima Productions partnership, Hideo is going to take us on an exciting new adventure. One that I've been
My
encouraging.
God, we just saw 20 minutes of the damn thing. Can we move on?
It was a 10-minute trailer, dude. About a
It felt
10-minute trailer.
like 20 minutes.
Action espionage. The production will be. Oh wait, is he talking about something else here? Oh, he's talking about another game here. Experience with Sony, having grown the espionage genre together for almost 30 years. He did it with Konami. Also, Sony not only does games, but also music and movies. It will definitely be a strong collaboration. 2 years from now, I will celebrate the 40th anniversary of my game production career. I am confident that this title will be the culmination of my work.
A new action espionage game by Hideo Kojima. This is one of my favorite genres, one that I've been hoping to revisit with a bold new
Shut up! You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I cannot tell you so much for now, of course, but we plan to bring together cutting-edge technology and talent from around the world to create it. Of course, it is an interactive game, but it is also a movie at the same time, in terms of look, story, theme, cast, acting, fashion, and sound.
At home on the PlayStation.
With this title, we hope to transcend the barriers between film and video games.
We're all really excited about this project, and we will fully support you with the latest innovation Sony has to offer. More details to come.
Stay tuned.
I hate Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley is the sole reason why this man is at the level that he's at. I firmly believe that. Columbia Pictures? Get the fuck out of here, man. Really? He's gonna do it. Hideo Kojima has always wanted to be a movie maker, but he was never good enough.
One final announcement.
Okay, wait.
State of Play will return February 6th with an extensive look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh, okay.
Square Enix will be sharing new
Thank God.
gameplay details, along with exciting news you won't want to miss. We hope you enjoyed the show. See you soon.
So that's next week, Wednesday.
Oh, come on. Like, have, like, one final thing. Come on.
I told you. What did I tell you, dude? Oh, that sucked. What a bad way to end it. Okay.
I mean, it started really strong, but man.
I would say, yeah, it started off really strong. I mean, okay. So I always like to start with positive, right? Stellar Blade looked amazing. I'm going to say I would consider myself a purist when it comes to the Silent Hill franchise. Silent Hill 2, in terms of graphics, looks fine. It looks fine. The combat looked okay. I'm not very much worried in that department. I think where that game will fail is if they, in any fashion, change or revisionize the story itself.
Well, I think it's that's inevitable though, because what's going to happen is I'm sure there's going to be even if they just took the exact same scenes with the exact same motion and dialogue and everything like that, it still would have a whole different feel to it, because different voice actors now. It's a whole different cast.
Yeah.
I mean, Silent Hill was such a perfect mixture of different things, and if you muddle that mixture in any way, it's not the same thing anymore.
So,
and I think inevitably, my thoughts on it, I think inevitably it's going to disappoint in some fashion. I think best case scenario is kind of what you were hinting at, is that it graphically looks nice and it's sort of a nice, reimagined, like what if, kind of like what, if it was made like later on, a decade or two down the road, so I mean that could be the best thing about it, is like kind of seeing these nostalgic scenes in these areas again, but with high resolution modern graphics. That could be kind of fun, but I just don't think I don't think it's ever going to replace what we had before.
I don't think it'll be superior to the original in any fashion, although I could be wrong, because Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I know you and I differ on this, I think Resident Evil 4 Remake was superior to the original in every scope you can think of. Now, and keeping in mind, that's now including the fact that we've got the Separate Ways DLC. But even before we got Separate Ways DLC, I thought Resident Evil 4 Remake was superior to the original. But I did not have any, like, love attachment for Resident Evil 4. I am, like, I don't wear Silent Hill on my sleeve like you do. But I am still very much a fan of that franchise. That was one of the first games that I played, 10 times over at least when I got my PlayStation 2. And I got Silent Hill 3, and then I got Silent Hill 4, and I loved that franchise. I loved it. I enjoyed every moment of it. Even thinking back and realizing I may not have understood the themes in its entirety, because when I played Silent Hill 2, I was like 12 or 13 years old, right? My brain.
Oh yeah, well, that's inevitable. I mean, because I was the same way when I rented it and I played it. I mean, you're not going to get all the references. You're not going to be like, oh, hey, that's Blue Velvet right there. Oh, hey, that's Jacob's Ladder. Or oh, hey, this this is very.
Or the mannequin where you get your flashlight is covered in the clothes that Mary wears.
Yeah,
and
exactly, that too.
You're not gonna notice those things. You're just noticing the fact that you're playing a video game and you're having a fun experience with that video game. But I thoroughly loved it. And then as I got older, I mean, I those Silent Hill 2 and not so much 3, admittedly, and I feel bad about that, about saying that.
3 is a masterpiece.
I loved 3 when I first played through it, but I'll be honest with you, I played through it about 3 or 4 times on PS2, and I haven't gone back to it since the PS2 era.
I'll say my I feel kind of guilty almost saying it. The one that I feel is not even the weakest necessarily is the first one, is Silent Hill 1, and part of that is just because maybe my age, I didn't, or the order that I played them, I didn't grow up like I didn't play Silent Hill 1 like right when it came out. I was very much stuck in my fanboyism going back to our podcast, I was stuck in my fanboy mode at that time. I only played Nintendo, and I refused to play PlayStation at the time. And I missed out on that experience. So, and also now going back to it, the graphics of a PlayStation 1 game, it's hard to kind of parse that. So if you're going to remake anything, I wish they would remake that faithfully. Not reimagining, not like what Shattered Memories was, not a reimagining, like an actual faithful remake. I would love to see that. But yeah, kind of going back to the state of play though. Like I said, Stellar Blade looked fantastic. Great way to open.
That's gonna be a day one purchase for me. I liked what I saw with that. And it's gonna be a day one purchase because it's including certain things that we are told by gaming journalists and the media even nowadays that it's just like, oh, this is taboo now.
Namely, asses and breasts.
Right. Hey man, it sells. It looks like a solid game. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna vote with my dollars. Same thing with Hogwarts Legacy, right? I feel like this could be like, I don't think it'll be okay. I'm not gonna say I think. I know it's not gonna be on the scale of controversy that Hogwarts Legacy was, but I feel like there will be a segment of Redditors specifically who are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this game is so misogynistic."
Just having an attractive woman in a game is transgressive in a way that nowadays that it never would have been before. That was just commonplace, 10, 15 years ago. That was just normal and accepted. But yeah, so then we saw Sonic Cross Shadow, which looks good. I mean, that's fine. I'm not a Sonic person, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. And then we got to a game then that you will be playing on stream at some point, Silent Hill: The Short Message, which does not look great, but I mean we'll check it out. I'm sure it'll be a short experience, especially for being a free experience. I imagine it'll probably be something we can finish in about a half hour.
It's called The Short Message. I think it's a little on the nose there.
I hope so. I hope it's short. I hope it's shorter than Silent Hill Ascension was.
Rise of the Ronin looked fine. That'll be a day one purchase for me. Until Dawn, I don't.
We didn't care the first time around. Yeah.
Well, didn't you play through it on PlayStation 4?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Dragon's Dogma 2, again, looks like a very solid game. It's just going to be one of those that I'll probably avoid. It comes out March 22nd, so it's competing with Rise of the Ronin. That doesn't make sense. Why is Sony cannibalizing themselves like that? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, save some for the rest of the year. Like, what comes out after, like, June of this year, right?
I gotta imagine Metal Gear Solid Delta will be the big fall release. I gotta imagine. Like, it was included in... There's a lot of rumors that Silent Hill 2 will be out in October, which is apropos, I suppose. Yeah. And I gotta imagine that Metal Gear Solid Delta will probably be either a November or September release. So Judas, Ken Levine, I mean, if this were 2008, I might have cared, but I don't. V Rising.
V Rising is good. I mean, it's been enjoying early access. So I mean, that should be a fun experience if you haven't experienced it already. And then what else we got? The Metro VR.
Metro VR, Dave the Diver coming to PlayStation. I gotta admit, I'm not gonna buy this game. I'm not gonna play it. I hope that people who play it enjoy it. I do appreciate. I love kaiju. I love monsters. I love Godzilla. I think this is a very cool model for Godzilla. I think it's very. It respects the character of Godzilla. So good for you, developers. Good for you, $1 billion conglomerate. Zenless Zone Zero. This was, again, like, here we go. Right here specifically, something we were surprised to see. Metro Awakening VR. Legendary Tales VR. Very stark contrast between Metro and this. Foam Stars, for any Splatoon fans who want to cross over on the PS5. Helldivers 2, I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to really make a big, splash in the pond, but overall,
yeah,
it was definitely better than the fucking developer direct that Mike Brown, was chastising us about, criticizing. This is what we're talking about, though, right? Like, I don't care who is presenting the information. I don't care if it's developers who are talking about the product that they're making, or if it's the publisher themselves talking about the games that they're going to be releasing under their brand. It's got to be meaningful. I mean, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games. We got 15 games tonight. Whether they're games that you're going to be interested in, that you're going to play, I mean, that's all subjective. But we got 15. That Xbox Developer Direct, we got a bunch of crap from developers talking about the games that they're making that nobody cares about.
It was just them bloviating for so long about nothing and showing off just a handful of games that it's really hard to care about it all for. I mean, it was just so blah, and I just was like falling asleep listening to that before. At least this, like I said, this is very much Sony on opposite day here. I mean, it was up until the end. It was fairly, started off strong, fairly entertaining. It grinds to a halt at the end here with the goofy Death Stranding nonsense. But otherwise, this was a very solid state of play, and I rarely, if ever, say that.
I will say, Tamakazu Fukushima, in the off chance that you might be watching our YouTube channel,
all right,
hit up your boy Kojima, please, and maybe rein him in, because Kojima used to give us quality games that were a balance between narrative and video gaming experience. Say what you will, I know you call him ripoff of John Carpenter, but Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 were a good balance of story and gaming experience. I think that's an objective statement that can be made. We don't get that post Snake Eater. Well, I take that back. Peace Walker was a very solid narrative / gaming experience. But Guns of the Patriots, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, and all these Death Stranding games and all these game movies being developed under Columbia Pictures, it's just... somebody's got to put a leash on him. Whether it's Fukushima or Jeff Keighley, somebody put a leash on that man.
Yeah, I agree. I think I mean, Alex, I won't completely say that Kojima's entirely talentless. I think he has some kind of interesting, fun ideas that he interjects into his games, especially kind of the meta stuff and the Easter eggs, and I mean, some of that is actually kind of genuinely fun. But I think in terms of having him totally take charge, George Lucas style, you end up with something that is completely just nonsensical and self-indulgent, and it just doesn't really work at all. It's not entertaining. It's pretentious. You have someone that thinks that when you have someone that thinks that they can do no wrong and that they're just this auteur that knows everything, there's never going to be any introspection. He's never going to stop and be like, oh, is this idea, is this dumb, is this silly? It's just going to be like, oh, I'm a genius. Oh yeah, sure. He carries a baby around, and then he fights people with a guitar.
I can't believe we saw that. I can't believe we saw. We had
I'm going to bring all my buddies. Yeah.
Hold on. You've played through Metal Gear Solid 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you remember Fortune with her fucking Vulcan cannon?
Yeah.
I mean, we had Troy Baker playing guitar with a Vulcan cannon and blasting people away with a Vulcan cannon. Come on, man! Like, what are you doing?
It's silly, it's goofy, and and the thing is like it's played like, I mean, that's one thing to make if you wanted to make just like a silly goofy anime game. Like, I mean, why doesn't he just make like an anime? Like, that seems like where's more of his element.
Well,
Make
that's
a
the
goofy
thing.
anime.
He has historically said that he has always wanted to get into the movie making business. That's why he's working with Columbia Pictures right now. He's always said that he's wanted to be a movie maker, but he's scrubbed out, right? So like, it's reminiscent of a certain German painter that we all know. So he dipped his toes into another field, so to speak, and was like, okay, I'll just co-opt this field to express my vision. And at least with the German painter, you know, we could get behind his vision. I certainly could.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But
you know,
he accomplished great things. Kojima has not.
Kojima has not. You know, well, I can't say Kojima has not accomplished great things. I mean, in terms of the space that he's in, the Metal Gear franchise up to Snake Eater / Peace Walker. Because I can't remember, did Peace Walker come out after Metal Gear Solid 4? I think it did. So Snake Eater comes out. That was fantastic.
I just wish you. I mean, I think with the clout he has now, you think I'd like just go make like an anime or make some movies in Japan or something like that. If you really want to be a filmmaker at this point, he's done his time now. Like, just go do that. You know, I mean,
go away.
It'd be like if all I wanted to do was make video games, but I failed at it or I wasn't good enough to do it, and I instead became a poet, and then I just wrote a whole bunch of poems about how much I really would love to make video games. It's just like absurd. Just like, I mean, but people loved me for some reason.
Right.
Because I was seen as unique or something or whatever. But it's just like silly at this point. Just go make an anime. Go make a I mean, I'm sure you'd have people lining up to help you with that. With all the clout he's got right now, just go do that. You know,
right.
Jeff Keighley himself would probably like sell a kidney to fund it. You know, it's just I mean, he would dedicate like 45 minutes of the Game Awards to it. You know, just do it. You know,
Pope Doritos Jeff Keighley is the sole purpose, the sole reason why Hideo has the clout that he does. All right, well, that's about all we could say. Any final thoughts with regards to the state of play? Anything we've seen from Sony? Anything where you're like, oh, I was pleasantly surprised by this? Anything you got?
I mean, I was honestly, I mean, you remember I started the stream, saying that, my expectations were on the floor. And because these are almost, I've watched dozens of these at this point, and they're always bad. They're almost always bad. And this was a rare win for Sony, and I hate saying that because I'm not a Sony fan, not really genuinely for a long time now. And this is a rare win for them, even with Death Stranding in there, even with all the indulgent Kojima stuff, even with the the questionable Silent Hill stuff in there. I think this was a win. Stellar Blade looks great. Rise of the Ronin looks great. You had some other good ones in there too. And I thought this actually showed off games, and it didn't really get self-indulgent with the movie crap until the very end of the presentation. And I mean, I thought this was actually, if I was grading this would be like, B plus A minus. This is really pretty good. The only thing that was preventing it from really being great was, like I said, ending on Death Stranding and not having like one big like final oh my god reveal at the end. Like, I think every great presentation has that like mind-blowing reveal at the end, and there wasn't really anything like that for this one.
Well, I'd say probably for the normies that was Death Stranding 2, right? Like,
we all knew about that though. This wasn't like an announcement of Death Stranding.
Oh, you're talking about like something we didn't know about,
like something like completely like that rocks your world. Like oh my god, there's gonna be a God of War remake, or there's gonna be a something crazy is happening. That just blows your mind or whatever, or something just totally out of left field.
I think you're far more generous than I am. I was gonna give this maybe a B minus, C plus, because kind of what you alluded to, a lot of these announcements were games we knew about. I don't think there's anything on here that was an announcement that we didn't know about other than the free Silent Hill game, to be honest. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm not saying that a presentation has to be all new though. I mean, we did get new footage for things that we knew about. You know, like we got a lot more on Stellar Blade. We got a lot more Silent Hill 2 content. Unfortunately, we got a lot more Death Stranding content. You know, I mean, it did give us more of what we want. We got Rise of Ronin content.
And now
we can see
here-
what that is now. What that game is actually all about. It's Assassin's Creed. And you know, I mean, overall, I mean, this had games to it, and maybe it's because my expectations were so low. I give it kind of a boost, but you know, never let it never be said that I blindly hate Sony. Like I'm giving them credit where credit's due here. This was good. This was entertaining. There were video games here, video games that normal people will buy, and normal sensible people will buy. And I didn't feel like I was being bashed over the head with a political message.
I am surprised that we didn't get any type of Spider-Man 2 New Game Plus mode announced or DLC announcement. Spider-Man 2 at this point has been out for the better part of 3 months. So I thought at the very least we would have gotten an announcement about.
And there was a bunch of DLC for the first game, so yeah.
Yeah, so not that I care, I will not play that game in New Game Plus mode, but I'm surprised about that.
I can only imagine what all the depths they could sink to with more DLC and kind of the crap they could add. Like how could they top what they've done already?
I don't care. I won't play it. That game was garbage. I don't care. I really legitimately, it is hard for me to regret buying a video game. It is rare for me to do that. I'm pretty good when it comes to realizing if a game will be good or bad and whether or not I should buy it. And I regret buying Spider-Man 2 and supporting it the way that I did. I'll get off my soapbox on that. My grade stands. I'm gonna probably lean more. I'll be nice to Sony and give them a B-. I liked what I saw with Stellar Blade. I liked what I saw with Rise of the Ronin. I did like what I saw with Silent Hill 2 Remake. I did. I think that game, it's very touchy. The only way that they will truly screw themselves all over really is if they screw with the narrative. Voice acting, that's where I'll kind of disagree with you. That's where I'm not as much of a purist as you are. Voice acting is something which is that can be adjusted, that can be messed with. If you screw with the core narrative of that game and the meaning behind that game and the message it was trying to deliver when it originally came out, that's where you will falter. You can get somebody to try their best to mimic the original voice actor of James Sunderland. I don't know the name off the top of my head. I'm sure you do. What's his name?
Guy Seehey.
Guy Seehey. Okay. Guy Seehey did a fantastic
English
job.
voice actor, obviously. Yeah.
Correct. Did a fantastic job. Who's to say what'll happen with the new voice actor? Those are things I'm personally willing to look past, but you got to keep the core narrative and the core purpose of the game. It's really one of those things. It's like, can you tell that story in 2024? That's where
there's definitely there's definitely elements of it that are very and not just for one character, multiple characters. Really, actually, most of the main characters.
The entire game.
Yeah,
everybody involved in that game, aside from what was the little girl's name again?
Laura.
Aside from Laura, I don't think she really had. I don't think her character was all that impactful. Well, I don't want to
She's
say
important.
That. She's important.
No,
I think I don't think you can really screw with her narrative too much to ruin her character.
Yeah, I don't see anything that modern developers would see necessarily as problematic with her, but I definitely see things that for the other characters in the main story that would be in their eyes.
Yeah, because Angela, right? Can you tell Angela's story nowadays?
Well, not even just Angela's, but Eddie's. I mean, it invokes this
Eddie's,
kind of
yeah.
incildom kind of idea.
I feel like a developer wouldn't blink at trying to tell Eddie's story, but Angela's, I don't know, man. Can you tell Angela's story nowadays? Can you tell James' story with regards to how he treated his wife nowadays and how his wife treated him? Can you tell those story nowadays? Like that's really where it's like, okay,
And you really can't tweak that at all either, because then you get a whole different message.
You fucking
get a whole
can't.
different.
Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. You cannot, if you screw with that narrative, specifically with James and Mary, in any capacity, you ruin your game.
And that's where I disagree with you about the voice acting, because I think if the voice acting for those characters informs our perception of them as well too. A person's voice, it does go a long way in how you perceive that person. If someone, I mean, just it's imagine Kratos, for example, with like a very femmy, kind of like like almost like metrosexual kind of voice. Like, I mean, would you think of him the same way? It wouldn't work. I mean, a person's voice.
Hey boy,
and
hey boy, give me that log over there. I would view him the same.
We have to be better, sweetie. It's just like I mean, you would not view him the same way, and it's the same with these characters. I perceive them a certain way, and especially for James and in his kind of sort of soft kind of voice and very specific voice. That doesn't sound like a voice actor's voice, because it wasn't done by a voice actor. None of these voices really done by professional voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very, kind of naturalistic kind of tone to them, and I think that's. I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely a purist. Like I said, there's nothing they can really do that would make me love it. But I will, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll say that, but I'm not going into it. If you go to my other video where I talked about the direction of the series. I was pessimistic. I'm still pessimistic about it, but I will check it out. And hopefully I save everybody from, or save somebody from purchasing the game. Because I'll go through it myself. Maybe I'll upload a full playthrough, and you can decide for yourself if it's something that you.
I mean, I'm
would
willing
enjoy.
to do it too, man. Maybe we'll have to figure that out, because, like, I think that's. Like I said, I don't.
Well,
I don't wear it on my sleeve like you do, but I very much am a fan of the Silent Hill franchise, and I'm a fan who understands where the franchise was under Team Silent. I'm not a post Silent Hill 4 fan, if that makes sense.
I think we both are in that camp. I think Silent Hill ended after Team Silent was disbanded.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so that's but yeah, overall, like I said, my thoughts on this. I mean, I was pretty happy with this state of play. This was actually really pretty well done. I was surprised. I'm actually looking forward to some games play. They actually have games. 3 years in now, finally, we actually have games for the system that people have spent $500 on, and you have a reason to actually play the thing. I'm sure these games will eventually make their way over to PC, as pretty much everything has. But I mean, in the meantime, I'm sort of I'd love to play Stellar Blade on day one, but I won't be able to.
Yeah, I will.
Good for you. I'll just have to cope with my fantastic graphics and mods and thousands of games, and
I'll do some streams that you can watch. Yeah, thousands of games that you don't play.
How about this? You can beta test it for me. So
I'll beta test it for you. I'll do it for you, honey. Quick last minute announcement. Nintendo dropped today a free Mario vs. Donkey Kong demo for the, I don't know if it's a remaster or a remake or just a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game on the Switch, but we're gonna. I personally, Spectre here has been kind of holding down the fort with regards to gameplay. I will personally make it a personal mission to do some more gameplay of my own. I'll start with the personally. I'll start with the Mario vs. Donkey Kong demo. We'll start with the Silent Hill, the short message. God, I hope it's short. I hope my experience is not anywhere near what yours was with Ascension. And then, we got the Final Fantasy VII State of Play next week. You gonna join me for that?
Yeah, I'll join up. Like I said, I'm not a 7 fan in particular, but I have enjoyed going for the remake with my wife. My wife is a fan of 7, very much so, and that's why I'm actually getting the new game here, the collector's edition, which we will do a unboxing of, which actually looks really nice.
Yeah, I was complacent and I fucked up. Here's hoping somebody's credit card gets declined. So yeah, we got the State of Play coming up for Final Fantasy VII. Usually when Sony does a State of Play, Nintendo is about 2 weeks out with a Nintendo Direct. So we'll probably get a Nintendo Direct in February. That's apropos for Nintendo anyway. They usually do one in February, June, and September. So
I know I said I was kind of like pessimistic about this year, like in terms of like game content and stuff that's coming out. But I mean, we're gonna. I mean, at least speaking of Nintendo, we're probably gonna have a successor console announced. I'm sure at some point this year, at least an announcement. And I mean, we are only about 4 months away from the traditional E3 time of the year, which I know there's not E3 anymore, but there's a lot of presentations around then. So.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of things coming up here very soon. We have like 4 unboxings to do already. So, I mean, we have a bunch of content coming up. So, I mean, there's actually a lot going on.
So, anybody watching our channel, Mike Brown 0951, we love you. Hope you engage.
Our
with
number
us.
one fan.
Number one fan, man. You live rent free in our head only because we know you need a place to stay, man. So, if you like this kind of content, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know if there's anything we should do. We'll listen to you. We will. All that said, I'm Rorschach with the Game Reactionists.
And I am Spectre.
With the Game Reactionists. You guys have a great evening.
With McDonald's Corporation.
You guys have a great evening. Thank you.